Okay, this is going to be a full tour of the LCD information display right here that you get on any 2012 Ford Focus that at least has the My Ford feature. Not necessarily My Ford Touch, but My Ford and My Ford Touch. The LCD display is controlled by this 5-way controller right here, which shows like an iPod, up, down, left, right, and the OK enter button. This is basically how it's set up. All the way over to the left, scrolling to the left, it brings you to the main menu, where you have trip 1, trip 2, information, settings, and a system check. To go into each of these things, go over to the right, you just follow the little arrow display. Here's trip 1 and trip 2 are exactly the same thing. There's just 2 of them. It gives you have 1 trip odometer, you have a trip timer, distance to empty, and your average fuel economy. This is the average fuel economy I have for this tank right now. And on the average fuel economy screen, you can go over to the right one more time, and this shows you Ford Eco mode. This doesn't change the shift mapping or anything, but what it does is it basically grades you on your anticipation and the speed that you drive at. Right now I currently have all of the leafs on right now, and if you press OK, it basically tells you what your anticipation score is, your speed score, and it tells me that I am an eco champion, because apparently I drive very economically, which I don't try to all the time, but apparently the car thinks I do. But anyways, so that's your trip computer. There's no instant fuel economy readout either. So like I said, trip 2 is the exact same thing. Information, there's not a whole lot in here. This basically just tells you how many miles you've driven on your My Key, and it tells you about you have 2 administration keys, and none of my keys are programmed as My Keys because I don't need to use that feature. Let's see, go into settings, driver assist. This is where you turn off the traction control, and if this car had the premium package, this is also where you would turn off the parking aid. Lighting, go in here, rain light. Basically turn the lights on when your windshield wipers are on. You can change the dimming over here. Again, you press the right arrow to go into here, automatic or manual. That's for the dimming of the display. Headlamp delay, when you get out of the vehicle, you can manually adjust it, or you can have these set intervals right here. And let's see what manual does. I don't really know how to do that, but anyways, I always have it on 20 seconds. I think manual is just like once you lock the doors, the lights go off or something. Get out of the car, cheese. Stupid cat. Sorry about that. Anyways, let me see here. Okay. Oops. Yeah, oops, I don't want to be in here. Back into settings. Your display. This brings you to your navigation info. This car does not equip with navigation, but this is where you would turn these things on or off. There's a little tiny mini navigation display, a supplemental one in here. It's like over here, I think, if you have the voice-activated navigation, where you change the language, 3 languages, English, French, and Spanish. Distance, this is where you change your fuel economy readout, liters per 100 kilometers, kilometers a liter, and miles per gallon. Temperature, Fahrenheit or Celsius. And that's all you have in there for display. Convenience, this is just your compass, turn that on and off and reset it. This is how you activate your My Key. You go in here and you activate, and you say create a My Key. You have the key that you have in the car, and then you can set the different My Key parameters, like if you want to limit the top speed to 80 miles an hour, limit the volume, and make the traction control not defeatable. And finally we have, let me see here. See, I think I went through all the settings. Yep, I did. The last one down here is just a system check. It runs through all your systems and tells you if there's any errors. There aren't any. The only other thing that I wanted to show you, let me see, I'm gonna go back when I leave it on here. I usually leave it on the fuel economy I have for the current tank of gas that I'm on, which is, I had it right there. The other thing is, if there is a message to display, like say I open the door, It'll also tell me the ignition's on, but this is, when this light illuminates, that means there's a piece of information that it wants you to know about in the message center. So I press OK, then it tells me the door is open, then it just scrolls through, and then once it scrolls through, the message goes away, because you've acknowledged that you know about it by pressing OK. And that's how the LCD display looks in the new Focus. Any questions? Just leave me a comment below.